Okay, let's talk about the, farming after done with the story mode but no DLC. This is a shade score character. That means this character doesn't have any DLC progression, anything. I do have my main shade level or DLC character right here, but we gotta start talking with the non-DLC first, because some of the people in this game doesn't have the DLC on. This is the shade score character right here, right now. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about my build, but I'm gonna give you a tip and what you should farm after you're done with the story mode. So let's go. So after you done with the story mode, let's pretend this is the character just done with the story mode. What you should do is head back to the base of operation or the White House, and then you open the map, and then as you can see here on the bottom left right here, as the show targeted loot or pressing R when you're on the map screen, boom, right here, it will show you what is dropped on the zone and what is dropped on the mission. For example, in the Lincoln Memorial, it's dropped the tip of the spear, fun gear set, but I don't know how to using it. And in this zone right here, the West Potomac Park, it's dropped the A.S.A.P rifle. Even is the icon is a scar, but this place, the entire play here, drop A.S.A.P rifle, not a scar. Okay, do not misunderstanding. It's drop only scar, scar L, scar H. No. It's drop the entire A.S.A.P rifle. So next is, if you're asking, so how do you farm the entire zone? Okay, let's pressing R back, and you can see here we have control point and activity. All this can be farmed to drop the target loot in this zone, but it's depending on your luck too. In shade score world, in the world tier 5, it's drop pretty random. It's drop the gold root, it's drop the purple root. Sometimes the bull is fucking annoying, so I'm not recommending you farm the activity. But what I do recommend you to farm though is the control point, but not the real one control point. But again, if you are just finishing the story mode and you don't have any proper build yet, I recommend you to farm for level 1 control point or level 2. Each level for the control point is a difficulty for that control point. Level 1 is normal, as you can see here in the middle right screen. Difficulty normal. 1 is normal, 2 is hard, 3 is challenge, 4 is heroic. So what you should play on the first time you finish the story mode and you want to start farming, I recommend you to play level 1 control point or level 2 control point. It's pretty easy to kill, even though you have no gear. The NPC enemy die pretty quickly. And how do you increase level of the control point? As you can see here, this line right here pointing to the public executioner. That means if you do the public executioner, if you're done with this control point increasing the level. That's how you increase the control point level. And if you're asking this activity, no, this is the resource farming node or point. So yeah, if you want to farm for this, just go on this place and lose the place. That was the how do you farm after you finishing the story mode, or another name, how do you farm in this game. For the mission, I recommend you the exact same thing as the control point. If you don't have a proper build, just go for normal, hard. If you do have some quality build now, just go for challenge or heroic. So yeah, oh yeah, I forget to tell you, you can press G on the mission, and then you can matchmaking. After they found the game, you need to hold Z to enter the lobby of the player, or you just wait and they join you. And you can custom the difficulty too by holding G, and you can custom this. Look at this: normal, hard, challenging, heroic. So it's on you. Do not play on the story. Story drop pretty shitty loot, like really shit. At this time, World Tier 5, your gear should be like all yellow. Your gear should be like this, all yellow rated, or some of the green in like this. That was the how the map works. How do you know? If you don't get it, just take the example for this. So after you finishing the story, just pretend I'm just finishing the story. I just want to farm for my backpack. You know, my backpack is pretty shit, but this one is not though. Just pretend. So let's press M, and then press R, and see where is the backpack drop. Backpack drop is non-existent. So if the backpack is nowhere to be found or is in the dark zone, do not go into the dark zone though, because it's for the chase level player now. Sad. Anyway, so next is backpack 1 drop, so I need a gun build. A gun build or pretty new loot for this, like pretty new low for the pieces. Like I want to go for, let's say just this one. So what do I need to farm? I need to farm the activity and then go for the control point. Pretty nice, pretty neat. It's a little bit hazy, a bit rush, a little bit hard, and a lot of things to do. But trust me, this is worth to do when you're in the shade score character. Oh yeah, and another thing though, this thing is a little bit advanced, but this thing is called the fiction's lockbox. What is fiction lockbox? Is fiction have their own lockbox. You can use the key of that fiction to unlock the lockbox. So you will get the loot on that zone and that mission. For example, this mission right here, not take this one though. This mission right here have the lockbox of the backstat, and it's in the downtown east, which is drop Providence defense, and it's in the mission that drop a mask. When you open a lockbox, you have 50% you get a mask as a target loot, and the Providence as the target loot too, but mostly I'm say 80 and 20%. 80% you get the mask because it's in the mission though. So yeah, think about it on your own. Anyway, that's for the example. Let's move on for something else. Okay, another thing we want to talk about is what is God roll and what is a rainbow road. So let's get on to it. The God roll is like this right here. This is actually a good roll, by the way. Why? Even though this is, you know, the modification mask now, but this is for the example, okay? Let's say this one. This one is going to be the best. So, what is God roll? What is a rainbow roll? What is shitty pieces? What is a shitty item? Well, number one is a God roll. God roll is when you drop the item have their own core attribute and the attribute. So how do you know it's a God roll or it's a shitty route? So basically, you just inspect the item and see what the item core attribute and attribute are. For this one is pretty okay loot, but it's still shit. But this is not a rainbow loot. So let's take an example for this. This is a Providence defense pieces, is increasing crit chain, crit damage, and headshot damage. Basically, this thing is for weapon damage. So you should have a weapon damage core attribute and attribute with the red attribute, whatever you want, like a crit chains, crit damage, or weapon handling, or whatever you want. But you should not have another thing on, like a yellow or blue. You can have a blue, but blue in this shade score, I don't think is gonna be useful. But hey, it's depending on people play. Anyway, so this is a good goddamn mask. Why? Because the core attribute is full with the weapon damage, so I keep this. And despite that, I don't have any build, I don't have any spam mat that's good, so I keep this one and re-roll the critical hit chains to the max 5.1%. Yes, 5.1. This is keep that in mind. This is the shade score character. So yeah, and 5.6% crit hit damage. Not even that bad, by the way, for the newly character that doesn't have any spare mat. For the build, I'm say 5.6% crit hit damage is pretty cool. Pretty cool, as long as it's not yellow or blue attribute. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna talk about the third one though, because the third one is just a gear mod slot. Anyway, that was the God roll lookalike pieces. So yeah, for the example for the God roll, everything is max out when it's dropped. Like that's what it's called, God roll. Cost to be is max. 2 slot of the attribute is maximum. That is called God roll. For the rainbow root, so let's take an example for this. I want the weapon damage, right? So I should only get the weapon damage things. But this backpack drop a lot of things like weapon damage, armor, and skill tier, blah blah blah. This is example, okay? This is example. This backpack is good, but I'm not gonna talk about the backpack, the real backpack we're looking for right here. We just, take an example for Rainbow Root. I want the weapon damage. It should give me only just weapon damage, but the backpack give me a blue one and a skill tier one. Damn, this is a Rainbow Root. A Rainbow Root contained with all 3 color of of the core attribute and attribute, weapon, armor, and skill, like blue, red, yellow. 3 of these in the 1 pieces is called Rainbow Root, and you don't want that, by the way. If you do want a hybrid goddamn build, just go on that, but don't count me in though, because I hate that. So yeah, that was a Rainbow Root for you. So let's move on for specialization. Before we go for the specialization, I just want to talk about a build for the shade score player. Play whatever you want. I don't want to fix you like, play this build right now or you don't have any damage. No. But I want to say this, play whatever you want to, make you have fun with the game and want to play the game more. Let's take a look for this build. Okay, this build is called weapon damage build. It's pretty decent, it's hit so hard, but this is not for a new player or pretty, a Rambo player. Why? Because they have the talent. The talent on it is pretty prevent you to do a Rambo on the enemy. So yeah, but let's explain. So what have we got here? We got 3 Providence pieces. It give you, like I said, it give you crit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage. It's pretty decent one. It gives you a lot too, so you should have 3 pieces on the build, and the rest is depending on you. For example, I play with the rifle, and sometimes I play with the secondary with the A.S.A.P rifle. So just pretend, okay? So I slap 2 pieces of A.S.A.P rifle damage and rifle damage on. So A.S.A.P rifle is Fenlit group AB, so I slap 1 on with the weapon damage, weapon handling, and crit chance. This is a pretty shit because it doesn't have any crit damage, but I'm saying weapon handling is not that bad, so yeah, just go with it. And for the glove, I have the rifle damage, just like I said. I like to play with the rifle, so yeah, why not? Rifle damage 10% with the core attribute, weapon damage, and attribute with the crit hit damage and crit hit chance. So I do more damage when I crit, and I have more chance to do crit, so it's pretty good. And another thing is the knee pad. The knee pad, I go for pistol damage because I use the talent in the pistol to finish the enemy off, and I get more crit chance and crit hit damage. So we're gonna talk about it later. So yeah, about now, but let's talk about this first. For the knee pad, I have weapon damage, of course, because the entire build is about weapon damage now. So why you should go for something else? Well, if you want to go to armor, that means you need a survivability, you should go for it, but depending on you. But I like to go straight line, not just like having a branch, 3 bench coming out. So yeah, why not? And of course, crit chance and crit hit damage. Nice. And for the weapon, I don't want to talk about a weapon, to be honest, because weapon is depending on you what to use, because a personal love. So yeah, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway, because if you want to copy the entire build, just go for it. So weapon, I have the exotics, or the rarest gun. It's not even the rarest because of the exotic, but whatever. It's not rare, but it's pretty hard to get if you don't have any decent gear or you have a bad shitty luck. So yeah, it's called Diamond Bag. This is actually a rifle. It's hit pretty hard and it have pretty good talent too. I have the Diamond Bag on and a random ass gun. Like I said, I like to play with the A.S.A.P rifle. I slap A.S.A.P rifle on. I want to play shotgun. I slap a shotgun on. I want to play all the rifle. Just I'm slap the rifle on. I just want to play with sniper rifle. I'm slap sniper rifle on. So it's depending on you. And for the pistol, like I said, I would like to use the pistol talent. So I have a pistol that hit pretty hard and have this talent on. So yeah, let's get on the talent, okay? Talent is, for the pistol, it's a finisher. When you actually kill someone and you swap to another gun instead of this pistol, you get the 30% crit hit chance and crit hit damage for 15 seconds. And talent for the chest pieces, I go for Glass Cannon because I am experienced player. The talent is called Glass Cannon. All the damage you deal is amplified by 25%. That means the damage dealt by your gun, dealt by your skill, and dealt by your, everything, even grenade, is increasing, amplifying by 25%. But you actually take damage more too. All damage you take is amplified by 50% too. So be careful with it. That means everything can one-shot you too. So you need to be careful with it. So aka you need to play with the cover a lot with this build. So be careful on that. And for the backpack, I go for the unstoppable force. Is killing the enemy increase your weapon damage by 5% and can be stacked up to 5 times. This buff lasts for 15 seconds. So that means you have a lot of weapon damage increasing, so more damage is pretty nice. As like I said, the entire build is the weapon damage or weapon build or gun build, as I say. So yeah, this is the build that I recommend you. Unfortunately, I don't have another build, but yeah, is for your imagination now. I just give you a basic build that you what you should go for first. Okay, the specialization. Okay, let's talk about the specialization that used on the build and what I recommend you to use. So when you go here and press holding F, the specialization select tab appear. So how do you select the specialization? Well, you press F, and then some of the awesome cutscene will play. I gotta go ahead and skip that because I know about this. So yeah, what I do really recommend you to play is Firewall, Gunner, Survivalist, and Sharpshooter. Why we have only just 4 of them? Well, because personally, I go for the gun build. I play with weapon. I choose my own gun. So all these 3 is pretty amazing to have when you shoot a gun. So let's start with the Gunner. What Gunner give you when you're shooting a gun or actually kill someone? Well, when you kill someone, you gain armor back by 10%. It's very good for the survivability, just for the people like me that using a glass cannon and kill things more faster. So why not? For the gunner, pretty good. And every third reload is 50% faster. That means whatever gun you reload for the 2 times now, and you swap another gun and then you reload, it's reload more faster by 50%. So it's pretty nice to have, pretty good. And your armor is repaired to 100% and grant you a 30% bonus armor, or what we like to call a brew armor. It's pretty nice. It's a temporary armor, that's block the exact same damage. It will run out when the timer is running out. So yeah, why not? And I'm gonna also give you the ammo back by 10% for every 1 minute or 60 seconds, and your party is getting 2, but the party member only get 5%. And every time you kill someone, rate of fire increased by 5%. It's good on the gun that have a slow fire rate. It's pretty amazing too, because you keep killing things and you keep refreshing the buff. It's pretty nice. More fire rates, more fun. And the next is emplacement, or I would like to call a stationary, standing still turret, whatever. When you standing still by not moving anything, you gain this buff that increase your weapon handling by 10%. What is weapon handling? Weapon handling is real speed, stability, and accuracy for the gun. So yeah, that was stability for you. And firewall. What is good for firewall is just the armor kit and get a health when you actually kill someone. Let me explain. Armor kit of the firewall is repair not only just your armor, but it's repairing your health to 200 health. It means 200% armor and health for over 10 seconds. That means when you pop the armor and then go for the fight, it's just keep regen until run out of time, or it's still running out of 10 seconds. So yeah, this thing is pretty OP. And not only that, if you actually about to die but you actually kill something, you gain your health back. So this thing is pretty good on survivability and it's on kill too. It's pretty good. But the rest is pretty hard to use. You know, when your armor is break, apply a burn to the enemy within you 5 meter and gain a bonus armor why you prefer the cover to cover. If you don't know what is cover to cover move is, basically when you're in a cover and when you aim for another cover and you hold space bar, you actually do your character will do the cover to cover move. So that is cover to cover move. So yeah, you will get the 30% bonus armor on that, but it's pretty hard to use. And this is like a support for your ally, by the way. All allies deal 10% damage to enemy that are within 10% meter of you. That means you need to go, you know, close range with the enemy and with your team too. And aside that you play alone, I think to get this buff too, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm not gonna test this one. And next is survivalist. What is survivalist have? Basically, survivalists have a survivability, like really, and it's a free class too. A survivability, not only just you, but your team too. So basically, the armor is, you know, when you use armor, it will repair, you know, repair the armor instead of the insta heal armor. And it will apply to your team too within 20 meter. I think this is pretty great. It's pretty nice to have. And it have the elite defense too. Is increased protection from elite. What is elite though? Elite is the yellow bar health enemy, and the name it one too is called elite. And it have the increased outgoing healing too. Basically, if you use a healing skill and when you heal somebody else, if you heal much more than you receive. So yeah, I think it's called on you too, but when I testing it is my friends get more health than me, so I don't know. And it's have this one too, group member gets 10% more damage to the target with a set effect, and while in the cover you gain a skill haste by 10%. It's pretty nice if you use with the skill that actually heal you, so it's pretty cool. So this thing is actually a survival ability specialization, and it's free too. And next is a sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is just a sniper main specialization, and I love this too. Not only just sniper, it's for a rifle too. So let's talk about it. So the armor kit is not even that good too. Not even that good. Why? It prevent you from bleeding, poison, and burn for 20 seconds. But despite that you farm only one mission, you're not getting much of that de-status effect. So yeah. But hey, if you find yourself useful for this, just congratulations yourself. Just pat yourself in the back, because I didn't find it useful on this. And next is increase the weapon stability, little recoil, and a faster shot of the target. I don't know what this one reads for, but when I use this thing, we use this card with this rifle and sniper, I find myself shoots more faster. So this thing is pretty good. And not only that, it gives you 15% headshot damage with the rifle and a marksman rifle, and allow for precision kill. What is precision kill? When the enemy is lined up and you actually kill someone with the headshot, piercing to the first enemy and to the second enemy. If they have the exact same low health though, you will get the double kill and the precision kill. And next, all group member get 10% headshot damage. This count on you too, by the way, because it's all group. And you get for the 20 seconds, you get the marksman and rifle ammo back for every 10 seconds. Oh, I mean, yeah, you need the cooldown for this thing to work for 20 seconds when you're in the cover, and after that 20 seconds, for each 10 seconds you gain rifle ammo and marksman ammo for 10 seconds, just 5 shot. Yeah, just that. Anyway, that's for the specialization. Let's talk about the start farming after you finishing the story mode for the DLC character. Let's do this. So, okay, let's talk about farming after done with the story mode with the DLC this time now. So what you're gonna do is do the exact same thing with the DLC character. Go into the map, pressing R, and see what you're gonna. Thank you for that. Pressing R and you see what you're gonna go for. But this time you can actually fix your world difficulty, including a mission too. So holding Z or press Z or press this button, global setting, pressing on this, and the entire screen is popping up like this. Is change global difficulty, change global directive, we gotta go for that, and reset the control point. So what is this all thing? Let's go for change a global difficulty first. So when you choose this, it will change a world difficulty, including everything: mission, activity, and control point. So like I said, I choose like heroic, right? And then I go out and reset the world. It's very hard. I will show you this. I will show you the time that when it's reset, okay? So the entire world now become heroic. It's pretty hard to play, but if you have, a good mindset of this game now, I think it's pretty okay. I'm not gonna say good aim, good skill, good gear, by the way. It's depending on your mindset, really. Really, very. Anyway, just look at the control point. Control point level 4. Instantly. Heroic. You don't need to wait. You don't need to do anything. It's just playable. It's just boom. Level 4 and it's done. You can actually farm for the activity and get, a pretty decent loot. But I'm saying it's some waste of time, and it's just like another, make sure things that you get a good loot drop. So yeah, if you want to, just go on with it, but I'm saying you don't have to. Just go straight for the control point. So yeah, that was the world difficulty for you. Oh yeah, and the mission too. Basically mission, you can't shoot anything now. You can't shoot the rest of these. Look at this, can't shoot for that. So yeah, if you want to shoot on this, you need to set the world to normal difficulty and you can shoot freely. But it's for me it's just annoying, so I mainly play heroic too. So yeah, why not heroic? Pretty good. And next is global directive. Directive is the thing that make you have fun with the game. It's like a mutation for the game, though. For a lot of games, called like a configuration that make the game more fancy, more fun, more way of the game. So yeah, let me explain some of that. Okay, like a Fog of War revisited. Why it's called revisited? Because this thing came out at first directive, and it's got pushed out and got remake. So yeah, and then gets pushed back in because people like it. People find it's really easy to go for it, so it's called revisited. That's what my guess. That is what my guess. Yeah. And Pistolio is, you start with no ammo, and killing enemy with the pistol is actually a drop ammo you only have. You only currently equipped weapon. And what directive give you? I'm sorry. What directive give you if you actually activating one of them, or 4 of them, or all 5 of them? Well, it only give you XP. Yes, you heard me right. Only just XP. Directive did not give you more loot, didn't give you more decent quality loot drop or anything, didn't give you a god roll. It's your luck. A god roll, exotic, and everything is your luck. That's count on directive too. So yeah, it's depending on you. If you want more, one more level, I recommend you open 3 of them. For my setting, I recommend you Pistolio and Fog of War Revisited, depending on you what to use, by the way. For me, I gotta go for no regen, because no regens currently have a bug. It just regen your armor. I don't understand. Anyway, that was directive for you. Do not comment about directive giving you a decent loot. No, it doesn't. It's your luck. It's your luck. L-U-C-K, luck, okay? It's not giving you goddamn loot. It's only just like pay. Okay, and research control point is basically what it's named for. When you actually doing some of the doing a control point in the, you know, shade level character or DLC character, the bot is not trying to take it back. By the way, like for this one, this control point is sitting for a month now, and the bot doesn't take it back, even though it's in the, you know, a hostile or invaded zone. By the way, the state of the zone is invaded. It should meant to be take it back, but 1 month and nobody's taking it back. Nice. So yeah, this what is the button for. You don't need to wait, you don't need to do anything. Just press this one and press F to confirm, and then it will reset. Discard. Okay, that was the extra thing you should take a look for before go farming after you finishing the story mode with the DLC character. Pretty nice. We gotta talk about the watch. So if you're asking, are this watch pretty good? Are this watch pretty OP? Of course it is OP. Why people go for faster way to farming level? Because it's just only some status and a watch. Because this thing gives you a lot of goddamn stat. For example, crit chains, crit damage, and etc. Just anything. Look at this. I use the full crit build. I gotta change to something. You change to ZC. Is have no crit or everything, and go to stat. I have 20% crit chains. That means I can still crit when I didn't use the crit build. It's pretty insane. So you should go farming your farming your watch level to max out all of this, by the way, because all this is really important. It's a little bit, but a little bit for you is a lot in this game, okay? So go for it. Oh yeah, and give you scavenging point too. So yeah, just go for this like free resort. You don't have to go farm it, just farm a level and, you know, get a free resort. And of course, when you max out all of these like 50 50 50, all of this, just like me, when you actually level up all the level, you get a scavenging point now. So yeah, it's pretty moist, by the way. So yeah, that was the shade watch, by the way. Okay, for the build of the shade level build, I don't have much to give you, but I gotta give you for the basic one too. So yeah, you can just, if you have this build, you can actually go for, you know, go for the farm the build that you want to play and blah blah blah. So yeah, I gotta give you one. Don't worry about it. Let me change first. So yeah, there we go. So this build is a crit build, a full crit build. You don't have to be the exact same gear. You don't have to be the exact same talent. You can adjust this build for whatever you want, by the way. But I'm just gonna give you the example for this build, okay? Let's do this. So I have the exact same 3 pieces of Provident, max roll of the crit chance and crit damage. Don't have anything, just crit hit chance and crit hit damage. 3 pieces of the Provident, and the weapon damage is 2. There you go. And there we go. And 1 pieces of Grupo Somba SA. Why? Because it gives you 15% crit hit damage. It's pretty much. It's so much of this crit hit damage. And the exact same go for this. Crit hit chain, crit hit damage. And another thing is SRO. I would like to call this is a hammer, because this thing is pretty hard to read. So yeah, it gives you 10% crit hit chain. Pretty big, huge 10% of crit hit chains again. If I actually putting something in, like this, I lose the crit hit chains, by the way. Look at this, 44%. Even though I have the another thing on, it's like this glove with the crit hit damage, I still lose some crit hit chains too. So yeah, watch out with it. And even though I have the crit hit chains on the glove, I'm still lose some of the 10% of the crit hit chain. I still lose on it. So yeah, you should max out of the cap of the crit hit chain though. If you do play, you know, low capacity magazine gun or a rifle, you should max out the crit though. I'm not recommend you use nothing else from, you know, from this. Why have two of these? Anyway, the next thing is I have the fog player. You can use something else, not just fog player, but fog player gives you a huge damage for the damage to target out of cover. Why this is here? Because when you actually fight NPC or doing a PvE game mode, they not in the cover all the time though. The NPC is just roaming around and, you know, out of cover, making a moving target. That means this thing will increase the damage a lot too. And surprisingly, a lot of PvP players using it too, but I'm not talking about PvP in this video or in this channel because I am PvE guy. So yeah. So this is the build right here, and for the gun, well, I don't want to talk about the gun though because it can go for something else. Even the pistol, I'm saying I'm using the finisher, but you can go with something else like, you know, the pretty good damage pistol is depending on you what to use. So yeah, I'm just going to run down on the thing that I use too. Well, the exact same thing. I gotta go with the, you know, rifle and the rifle this time now because, you know, I like to use rifle and I go for the rifle. Sometimes I use most of the time I use exotic too, like Diamondback, Ravenous. This thing is very hard to get and it's not even that good too. It's just pretty awesome. So yeah, do not pin yourself down with the Ravenous so much though. Get something else first. Ravenous, Bighorn, and Pestilence. Pestilence is really good, but video on its own is in, you know, in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to follow for more video once again. So yeah, I swap for 3 of these like Diamondback, Ravenous, Bighorn, Pestilence, and something else like non-exotic gun, just like back market A.S.A.P rifle or some A.S.A.P rifle that you want to play like really, because we have the I have a perfect glass cannon on it. I can play with everything. So yeah, it's dependent on you. So yeah, the secondary I have the Virgineer because the Virgineers have a pretty good talent. It's a boomerang. You have 75% when you actually crit. It will not consume your ammo. It return the bullet to your magazine, and it will increase the damage by 50% too. It's pretty nice, but you know, my luck shed is not do that much. And of course, pistol I got the orbit, but you can use something else, just like a D50 or something else is pretty suit you well. So yeah, the exact same go with the finisher, but this time it's a perfect finisher. Yeah, it's depending on you what to use. You go with the buzzy little B, but it's depending on you again. So yeah, this is one of the build that I want to talk about. Yay! Okay, this one is the exact same what build you should use on the shade level build or the basic, but I'm going to give you more build, okay, to, you know, to your assignment. So yeah, first build is this one. We already talked about it. A glass cannon crit build. You should go for something else like liberated crit build, but the exact same thing, the exact same pattern. So yeah, let's talk about it. So like I said, this thing, all this is crit damage and crit chain, and you will end up with like this crit hit chains 60% and crit hit damage. But what mainly focus on is crit hit chains. Crit hit chains. When you actually max 60%, you should focus on crit hit damage. Do not focus on headshot damage or armor damage though. It's pretty pointless if you don't have much of the crit hit damage. So yeah, that was the build right there for the first one, because I already showed you this. Why I have to show you this again? This doesn't make any sense and it's really stupid move. But the next build is not though. The next build is pretty decent one, pretty okay. So yeah, I'm called this armor melting build. Why? Because you not only just have 60% crit hit chance, but pretty low crit hit damage. But what you should focus on this thing is armor damage. Armor damage in this game is pretty fucking wow. It's just wow. By the way, when you actually melt the white bar of the enemy, you just say moist. So what does this build have? This build have 2 Walker and Harvest. Why it's just only 2 pieces? Because 2 pieces not only just give you weapon damage, it gives you damage to armor too. And the attribute score the exact same. The crit build is crit hit chance and crit hit damage. Hell yeah. 2, I have 2 on the mask. Number 1's on the mat and number 2 is on the holster. So just like that. Boom. Now we get the 5% damage to armor now. And this thing is pretty hard to get, but I'm pretty sure you will get it somewhere, okay? It's the Contractor Glove. Contractor Glove gives you 8% damage to armor, even though the glove itself gives you 10% RMG damage. But you can use this glove with every weapon, like any weapon. You can use with anything, like rifle, assault rifle, SMG, and a shotgun. Oh my god, this thing hit pretty hard now. This thing have 13% of the damage to armor now, and now for the gun that have damage to armor too. In this one, I use President, but you can use something else too, just like shotgun or just like the assault rifle that have the attribute with the damage to armor. It will give you 19% armor damage or damage to armor, and it's pretty much moist. It's pretty like melting armor, you know, like melting away armor. It's pretty awesome, pretty insane. So that was the 3 pieces of damage to armor build. 3 pieces. That's what you should focus on. And another thing on the build is hammer. So yeah, hammer, I already talked about it, is 10% crit chance, and in this one is crit chain, crit damage, and crit chains, and vigilant. And another thing is Grupo Samba SA, or just SA, is a crit hit damage 50%, headshot damage, crit hit chains, and crit hit damage. I'm slammed while the headshot damage in because I have no choice between go for the talent and attribute, so I choose talent. So yeah, I slap the glass cannon in, but the exact same go with the crit build. You can go for the obliterated because I have another pieces waiting right here. So yeah, it's depending on you, but I like glass cannon, so I go with the glass cannon. And next thing is the exact same thing. Fog player, like I already talked about it, is the enemy in this game, or NPC enemy in this game, is pretty a moving target. So when they actually not in the cover, it will increase the damage a lot by 8% damage to target out of cover. So pretty much okay, go with it. This build is take you a lot of time though, so I am not recommending you go for this build first, because it requesting the name it item is pretty hard to drop. So yeah, but if you want to go for it, just go for it. Okay, let's talk about the build that is not on the video, or the build that I am not talk about, because it will request a super grinding, like very like super grind. Like it will take your time, it will take your your soul. I just kidding, but it will take a lot of time to getting a good on that build, and I don't have much knowledge on it, but hey, I'm playing on it sometimes. So yeah, let's see. So sniper build is pretty, in this one is not even much max damage though, but I'm say it's pretty okay. We have 3 pieces of ace in the hole. Is get the headshot damage and marksman rifle damage. I'm pretty sure people have their own way to increase this damage too, and this one is pretty hard to get. It's a chain killer, is perfect headhunter. So yeah, basically when you keep headshotting, it will keep increasing the the damage to, you know, to 800% damage. It's pretty much insane, man. It's pretty huge, but if you take a lot of time to grind for, you know, for these pieces, but you basically need it. You really need it. Even though you have a headhunter, like a normal headhunter on, it will not do the exact same damage as a perfect headhunter. So yeah, and yeah, the exact same thing. The fog player is pretty hard to grind, so yeah, I recommend you to use something else first on the sniper build, but this is what the example I could get you, a sniper build right here. And another thing is called skill build, but skill build, this is not normal skill build, by the way. This is the skill gun DPS build, by the way, but I'm not gonna talk about this because you gotta have their own video on it. So yeah, this is the build that I don't want to talk about it, and because it's quite more grinding and more time to get the gear. So yeah, and oh yeah, another build is a pistol build. This one is pretty insane though, and it's require exotic on it. Even though you don't have any exotic, you can go for something else, but I am not recommend you to use because it's still requiring you exotic armor set, gear set, piece set, whatever you want to call. So okay, I forget to tell you something about the DLC player. After you finishing the story mode, if you want to go back to DC, you basically just press M and then go for this, travel to Washington DC and move your mouse to the base of operation and hold X and you go back. So this is the video now. We come to a ending, outro, whatever you want to call. So that was a video about the what you should go for and what you should farm for and what you should do after you finishing the story mode for non-DLC player and DLC player. I'm sorry for the lack of the quality video and the quality information, because to be honest, this is a long time now I'm doing this kind of video. Mostly I'm slam everything in, so yeah, I'm so sorry for that, by the way. If you don't understand anything, just leave a comment in the comment section of this video. Hey, and you find yourself that this video is pretty helpful, press the right button, subscribe to this channel and follow for more video. This channel not focused on the Division 2 only, by the way, but welcome. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Mac is going out now. See you back in the HQ, even though I'm standing on the HQ, but see you later. Peace.